Today on the Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff, I'm with Christopher Straub, and he is telling me about his journey to become a children's author. And then I'm with my friend Peggy again, and we have got some awesome party hacks for you. And finally, Chandler and I are in the kitchen teaching you how to make his favorite cookie ever.
Molasses.
Did you just talk with your mouth full?
No.
Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happy. I learned early on things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happy House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. I'm with Christopher Straub, artist, fashion designer, and author-illustrator.
Children's book author and illustrator, right?
You are on your third book now, which is amazing. I have, actually, my son has both of these things, and this is a darling story. And now you're in the process of just finishing your book, which will be available soon.
Right.
Very soon. So tell me about your new book, and then I want to hear about the process of how someone writes a book, because I feel like a lot of people have ideas for kid stories, but like, how do you go from here to here?
Well, that's the thing. I think having gone through it and having done the research, there's not a lot of resources to tell you A, B, C, D, E. And so I can give you, here's the steps that I took and had successfully produced and sold a children's book. So yeah. So my newest one is called The Unabominable YODI. And I wrote this inspired by I have two sons that I adopted about a year ago. And it's about a lovable Yeti that wants to do good things, unlike his abominable older brothers.
Okay.
And so instead of the kind of mischievous stuff, he teaches them the good ways of doing things. But there's a little twist at the end too that the reader will find. Yeah, spoiler.
But we're not going to do that.
Yeah. As much of a spoiler as you can give for a children's book. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So tell me about how you got started, and I mean, you're so creative. You have so many ideas, but to then just take all that and package it, what did you do?
I can say it's easy, but there's a lot of steps that makes it easy. And but step one, and a lot of people say, oh, I have this idea for a children's book, write it down. Like absolutely write it down, get your story. At every stage, you're gonna edit, show it to other people. Your best friend is gonna be these sticky notes, because you're gonna make notes all over the place, right?
Okay.
So write the story. And so for me,
Is this the start?
That's right, that's the whole story.
Okay.
So the whole story and possible title names.
Got it.
And so, because I don't want to just commit to one thing, and so I'll just get all of my ideas on page. But even you could see there's a lot of edits even directly on that page that changed. So once you have your story and you feel comfortable with it, the next step is imagining your characters. And you probably have it in your head how the characters look, how their world looks. And so now it's time to get those on paper, whether it's your ideas or you articulating that to an illustrator or an artist.
What's so interesting about kids' books versus adult books, we use words in adult books to describe characters, but identifying a character that the children can identify with is key for a children's book.
And having it be memorable, the kids can relate to those characters, and also from page to page, that character has to look the same. And so consistency is key as well.
Yes.
But when I was developing this guy, it took me, and I'm the illustrator for my own books, and so it took me about 3 pages to hone this guy in. So originally he kind of looked like this. He had horns and eyebrows and a nose and arms that went super low. And then it started to, at some point it turned into me in a Yeti costume.
Okay, perfect.
And then I like, just an inspirational whim, I drew these like little hands, and I said, he's got to have those hands. And so I just sort of drew.
He gets shaggier.
Right, yeah, longer hair, and I just drew all these different iterations. And here's how, and here's how he sort of became him. And then the final was this guy. And this is just from my printer, the coloring's not right, but the overall shape and everything. And that's part of it too, is what's called a color study. If you're an artist, you might do something in 3 or 5 different colors and just stare at them and feel which one most relates to that character.
Speaks to you. Yeah. When are you gonna put your Yeti costume on?
All right, I'll start on that right after this.
Okay. Then what?
So then we're storyboarding. So we know what the idea looks like. We know what the dialogue is. So then it's something as simple as, like for me, putting the dialogue on paper. Step one, like put the dialogue on paper and draw each spread, right? And so a spread would be like you open the book and here's page 1, page 2
right.
from that. And so, and then I'll make notes and I'll make little edits as I go. There's little sticky notes and there's other little or I'll have him wave, like I drew a little note to myself.
And then how do you decide how many words or which statements are going to be on each page?
Having gone through the process, I realized my first 2 books were kind of word heavy for the 3 to 5 range and served better as story time. I wanted bedtime.
Okay.
And so I compared it to a lot of other, and do your research. Like look at all the other children's books that your kids read or that you want to be on the bookshelf next to. And you can really see what spatially, what the book looks like, how does it feel, how many words per page.
Got it.
And so my first couple books might have had 6 sentences per page. This one, I want it to be very rhythmic and to take you through the book a lot quicker, because at bedtime, you gotta go to bed.
Yeah,
But you want to read the book, you got to go to bed.
And there's also, when you do have these short statements, so much conversation that then that leaves space for, because you're not spending your whole time reading the book, it can bring up topics.
Exactly.
So that, I think that's really great.
And that opens up that time for dialogue instead of just having it be so just filling up your time with what's in the book. So you go through and I storyboard everything. And then once you have this, then you go, or your illustrator goes and makes the final versions of those. And so I'll give you an example of, this is the first spread and it just says, this is YODI. And there was empty space on this. So I made a note, maybe add a mouse. And so that's actually what I did. And so this says, this is YODI, and I had made myself a note and I said, or he could be waving compared to my first storyboard.
Yep.
So I ended up doing that. So there's the background, there's the character, the first statement, this is YODI. There's a little side character that pops up later in the book. So he's a smart choice in here. The backgrounds are actually my own photography of crumpled up, like a paper bag.
Right.
And so, and then just changed into different colors. And that actually follows through all 3 of my books. It's the same image. So that ties all my books together. That's something to think about too if you're writing multiple books. What does the series look like on the shelf?
So, okay, so as we wrap up, so now you've got this, and then how do I actually make my book a book?
Okay, so then everything now is digital, it's files, right? So I have them in my computer, they're files. I find a printer, and those are not that hard to find. Book printer, clickety click search. Okay.
Okay.
And we live in Minnesota. We live near Minneapolis. There's actually one that I went to near Brainerd, and they were able to print my book in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Or you can work overseas, and I do that as well too. It depends on how large your project is and how quick you need it done. So once I get the hard book done, then I love the idea of a little cuddly character to go with. And so I work with a plush factory, and that's not as easy as, this feels even more easy than this guy. But then getting him made, and he's a good companion piece so the kid can cuddle
I think that's a
along.
really great pairing to give. And also, as far as gift giving, I love when I can give a plush.
Exactly.
Okay, how do people find your book, Christopher?
All right, just go to ChristopherStraub.com. It's as easy as that, and I'm a fashion designer as well, so there's going to be fashion stuff, and then there's a kid zone, a little kid section on there. You can get the books and stuffed animals and all the other fun stuff.
This was helpful, informational, and I am very excited to own my own YODI book and character. Thanks, Christopher.
Thank you.
Coming up next on the Happy House, I'm back with Peggy, and we have more hacks to make your life easier. My friend Peggy and I love throwing parties and entertaining. We also like to make things special. We don't like spending a lot of time on that sometimes.
Ooh.
No.
Simple.
Yeah, so we have some ideas, tips for making your party special, or also, and last minute ideas for if you possibly forgot.
Which happens from time to time.
So I'm gonna show you something I think is really fun, specifically for a kid's party. But basically, you take an ice cream sandwich.
Everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite. And make it even more special by dipping the edges in some sprinkles. So tying that into the colors of your party theme.
Yeah.
But it just is a little burst of color. And then you can just throw these back in your freezer on
Like
a
wax
cookie
paper or
sheet.
something,
anything.
or whatever.
So yeah.
Ours are getting melty, but they'll firm
I
back
know,
up.
they'll
I
firm
like
back
that.
up.
Think
Okay.
about like a baby shower. You could do pink or blue or both. Or
Really
like that
cute.
that's fun.
Oh, and we've got sprinkles, but like sugars on the side.
yeah.
It'd be really pretty. So
I like that. Very nice. Kind of along the sweets thing here, I found in my cupboard these little, I'm gonna like aperitif. Like I've served soup in them before. You stick a little shrimp out of the corner. Anyways, not for the kids. But just pour milk, and then I think it looks cute with the the chocolate Oreo.
It's like a little
Hydrox cookie
topper.
and the white one on the thing, and the kids think they're fancy and special, and it literally took 1 second. Oh, and there you go, over the top. That looks.
that's how my kids roll.
I like it. I like it. So it's
That's
fun.
awesome. It's super cute and easy to do.
I mean, even teenagers would think that's pretty cool, right? Not little kids, yeah.
Yes. So we all have sticky notes. You can't have enough sticky notes. But an awesome thing to do with these is, again, that forgotten birthday, or maybe just something happens to your child that you learn about via a text that you received, like a special moment or a great grade on a test. Use Post-its to maybe make a heart on the wall, or you can even do like a little banner, like put them kind of side by side and write like letters on there. So just an easy way for a last minute
decoration
or just
even like a card, like it's like a card, a greeting. Yeah, that's fun. That's
So
easy.
easy
And we
breezy.
have those, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot. You cannot have enough of these or enough washi tape, which we will talk about later. Okay.
Here again, last minute birthday something good to give somebody as a gift, or if you're having like a guest of honor come, this is a great idea. You take a deck of cards and like a file folder or a mailing label, stick it on the front. It says 52 reasons why I love you, and everybody at the party can take a card and write on there why I love you and sign their name and do greetings. And then what you can do is hole punch them and put like a binder ring on there, and then it's like a little flip book of little greetings and well wishes from people, or little memories. Like, how fun is that?
Yeah, that's super cute. What I also like about this, wouldn't be able to put 52 reasons, but we all have decks of cards that have a couple cards missing.
Yeah.
So why not use these as that party thing, and then you're making use of something and making someone feel great. Or it could be memories, could be anything.
Could turn into just a gift tag too, like you said, with the extra ones, like hanging off of something, or like, oh, that'd be cute. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, so speaking of washi tape, we all, or I don't know if everybody has them, but there's the votives that are actually real that burn with with the silver around them typically.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But then these light up votives I love, but they kind of, sometimes I want to put them in a clear container and they don't look the best. So taking some washi tape and putting it around sort of gives it a really cool look, and just
put them on your table, and then the next party you just pull that off and pick a different color, right?
Yeah, so it starts out like this and looks much better. All right.
And it's just the right size, isn't it?
It is just
a lot
the
of
right
the washi tapes are just that right.
Yep, just
width.
the right size.
Perfect.
Perfect.
I saw somewhere that somebody had taken for like a last minute, like a birthday party idea, and they had their little silverware on here, and they had a candy necklace wrapped around it. I couldn't find a candy necklace, but I did find licorice, and I thought that would be
That
right.
is
Just tie it around.
adorable.
So we'll keep looking for the candy necklace, but the licorice looks pretty cute too.
And you can be like, kids, go ahead and eat dessert first. I don't care.
And Fred would want black licorice, but I like the red licorice. You red? Yeah.
It's really cute. I love that idea. One more washi tape idea. And this could be used as a party thing, but also our girls go to school in dorms, and this is a really cute idea. So they want to hang pictures on the wall, but they don't want to ruin the wall.
I don't want them to ruin the wall. They
They don't care. We're the one who pays the damage deposit.
right.
Okay. So you can simply take washi tape and make a frame around the photo to customize it and just make it look a little more special.
And they can do like a whole
They
thing
could
of
do
it.
like a grid. They can just, and so it's a really great. And
Or images out of magazines, or their art, or friends'
even
art.
on, I have a stainless steel fridge, so magnets don't stick to the front. So even on the front of the fridge, if you want to
That's
put pictures
great.
on there.
That's cute. And you can pick out the colors of their room and the washi tape. More washi tape.
More washi tape. All right. That's all I got, Peggy.
Wow, those are pretty good. All right, my last one is last minute, again, birthday idea, or a friend, or these would work for birthday or Valentine's Day, is going kind of off a pun, off candy puns, which I like. So this is extra gum. So have an extra fabulous birthday, or I think you're extra special, or
cute.
it could be a Valentine even, or extra gum. And then again, I like to punch out with the
With
the
the-
paint, you know,
yeah,
the
the paint
color,
chips,
the
that's
paint
nice.
chips. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And here's another candy. It says to Becky, happy birthday with Starburst in it. You know, and you buy a whole bunch of these, have your kid, it could be a party favor too,
Yeah.
or just, you know,
Thank you
somebody's-
for coming to my birthday.
Oh, there you go. Or somebody's having a bad day, and you
Right.
know, and you just want to give them a little pick me up.
Yeah.
But those are just kind of last minute,
You
easy.
need a
easy.
burst.
Oh.
All right, I'm done with the candy puns now.
This is all fun though.
I know, it's so fun. It was great, and I feel a lot of these actually I wouldn't have even thought of, so thank you.
And inexpensive and fast,
Yeah.
which we like.
We like that. Thanks, Peggy.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Coming up next on the Happy House, Chandler and I are in the kitchen baking his favorite cookie ever. Learn how. Hey Chandler, what's your favorite thing that Mommy makes for you?
Molasses cookies.
Yeah, some people think they're good in the fall or at the holidays, but when do you think they're good?
Whenever.
I am going to teach you how to make these cookies today. Are you ready to be my helper?
Sure I am.
The first thing we're gonna do, Chandler, is combine our dry ingredients. You always combine dry first, and then your wet ingredients, and then mix them both together. So we have here 4.5 cups flour. All right, then we're also gonna add, the first thing we're gonna add is baking soda. And there are 2 teaspoons of baking soda in this dish. So I'm gonna have you put this baking soda in.
Just pour it in.
Yeah, just pour it in. Satisfying? Okay. Then we are going to add 4 teaspoons of ginger. And that's what gives our cookies sort of that, well, gingery taste. I guess.
Yes.
Okay, so we can add that.
Pour it in.
Yep, pour it in.
Boop.
Okay, nice work. Then we are going to add 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon.
Boop.
Yep. And then 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. So all those spices are what give the cookie like its warm, delicious taste, right? All right, now I'm gonna have you gently stir this around because we wanna make sure all those spices are mixed in. That's good. Next, what we're going to do, what I've got in here is 1.5 cups of shortening. So the first thing we do is beat the shortening. So 1.5 cups. I'm gonna lock my mixer, I'm gonna turn it on, and we're gonna beat this until it's fluffy. That looks pretty good. Then the next thing we're gonna do is add what we call our wet ingredients. So we've got our molasses,
Yeah.
and that's 1/2 cup of molasses. This is funny to me. Sugar is actually not wet at all, but it always falls into the category of wet ingredients. So we've got 2 cups of sugar. And then we are going to also put in 2 eggs. Do you want to watch Mommy do it first? Do you want me to crack the egg first? So it's like a solid tap. And then see I've got that crack there? And then I just dig my fingers in and put it in there.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, yep.
What?
That's okay. Nice. And only one tiny mishap. All fixable. Oh, shells. Okay. That was a good job.
I did
Next
it.
time you do it, it'll be even easier. Okay. So we've got our eggs in here, and I do actually like to crack them in this little bowl ahead of time before putting them in here. And do you know why? What just happened? What happened to our eggs?
The shell went
The
in.
shell went in there. So that happens to Mom sometimes too. So instead of digging in here, then I just can get it out of there. All right, so then I'm gonna pour these eggs in.
Plop.
So then we put our molasses in. And it is 1/2 cup
Do
molasses,
do
as I said.
do 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 do.
And I always use the mild molasses. Not that you would know this, but there's a full flavor molasses, which you've probably never seen, and also a mild molasses.
Do we pour
And
the
then-
entire thing in?
Yeah, you want to pour it in? You do it. Get it. Yeah. Our 2 cups sugar. Now we are going to put our mixer down, and at this point, I think I'm going to put my shield on. It's probably going to be fine, but we don't need a big mess right now, do we? And we're going to mix that.
I think it smells bad because of like the eggs.
Okay, so now we've got this, and you can see the consistency. It's all well
It's
mixed, right?
dough, yeah.
It's gooey, but we need our flour to make it rise, leaven, do all the things that we need it to do, right? So I am going to be the mixer with the flour, because this is actually one of the hardest parts because it gets really puffy. So you add just a little bit of flour at a time and mix, and then add a little bit more.
Now it smells like cookies.
So let's see how this looks. Let's take this off of here. Yeah, look good? Smell good?
This smells good.
Okay. Are you ready to bake some cookies? Make a ball about this size.
I'm bad at this.
You're not bad at this. You're new at this. Those look great. I think we're ready. All right, set my timer for 12 minutes. So we left these in for 12 minutes, just like I said, pulled them right out and let them set up for like 30 seconds to a minute on our sheet, but now we need to get them off because we don't want them to continue cooking. So go ahead and use your spatula. Be very careful not to touch the side of your pan. Oh yeah. Those look good, Chan.
I'm only getting one.
That's okay. This was lots of fun. Thanks for baking with me.
Anytime it involves cookies.
A quick tip for making your molasses cookies look even better is just drizzling some white chocolate over the top. It makes them look special.
So good.
This is the kind of test I like to take. How about you?
A. A on a roll.